Hello, everyone. I'm with Sharik again here. My name is Faraz. Today, we are going to explain a scenario which involves development in SAP pricing. Okay, so far the videos that you've seen was related to different topics, different configuration, different scenarios, different combinations. But this is the first time we will show you how we actually did a development for a business scenario. Okay. So this is in pricing, and I will, you might be able to see my screen right now, and I will explain the requirement first, and then we'll show what we did and how we solved the problem. So it was a multi-company code pricing scenario, as you've termed it, which means that when you implement SAP, you implement in different companies. So you have different company codes per geography, let's say UK, France, Germany, taking Europe as an example. So and then the requirement was whether in each company code or each sales org within that company code, are we going to use the same pricing procedure or should we have a different pricing procedure? One of the very general topic when you implement SAP, then this is one of the common discussion whether we go with one. Some companies adopt individual pricing procedure for each company. Some companies go with one pricing procedure and there are different reasons for it. So in our example, we had a requirement. So I'll explain what exactly is needed in the requirement and why we adopted an approach of single pricing procedure by making use of a small development. So the requirement was that in each country there was a separate tax requirement which was not applicable to the other country. For example, France had something specific and UK or Germany had something specific which is not needed for each individual countries. Okay, so one option was to build a development which will trigger that as a mandatory condition if you use that specific sales organization. So, for example, if you use UKPD, I will show you in the session. But if you use UK, for example, then MWST, for example, becomes mandatory. But if you use something else, then the other condition becomes mandatory. Okay. Now, other option, as I've explained before, that you go through and copy all the same pricing procedure elements which are common, and then create a new pricing procedure by adding just one condition type. Okay. So that option of having individual pricing procedures for all of the different sales organization, for me, for this small chain, didn't look feasible. The reason was that you have to maintain all the different pricing procedures. You have to keep a track of all the data, keep a track of all the different pricing procedure determination, and you need to replicate across. So any changes that happen during the sales process, if new additions are added, then you have to consider all the different pricing procedures, whether you have to make sure that the other pricing procedures are also impacted. For example, if you introduce a discount that goes across globally, then you have to update all the different pricing procedures. But if it is just one, then you can uh, adjust easily. So it depends. There are a lot of various combinations, but generally, one pricing procedure can cater requirements of multiple company codes by some small developments. Now, one may argue that standard SAP is the best solution. Why do you want to do development? But there's always a question of how big is the development and what is the complexity of not doing the development and managing it. So if the other cons are bigger, like you make data maintenance, changes will include more time and effort and all of that, then you have to take a call. Then development is easier. In one of the projects, we earlier decided to keep different pricing procedures, but later on, we decided it was becoming a huge data maintenance piece. So we took the approach of one pricing procedure and did the development for that. Okay, so let's start. So what we did was we actually, so as you might have understood the requirement now, one common pricing procedure across all company codes and separate pricing procedure for each. So we took the approach of one common pricing procedure. And if you go down a little bit, Sharik. So let's
Yeah.
say there are condition types. We will show in the example that
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
you sales org, then one condition type becomes mandatory for that sales org, and it is not mandatory for another sales org. And when you enter another sales org, then that specific condition type becomes mandatory for that one. So what we did was we built a small routine. So this was done by one of our students. Um, so one of our students, we completed the training and we asked him to do a development for us. So he is transitioning from technical into a functional. So we are helping him out. So, and then we built, we gave him a scenario to work on. So he came with this approach, which we liked and thought to share with everyone how it worked out. So we built a routine to check the condition type in sales org in a table. So that table actually is a small control table where system will first check what sales org and what condition types are mandatory. And then system checks, and if it finds a value there, then it will trigger the message it is mandatory for this condition type. So that's how. So it's a small change. Um, so what is this chart? Sharik, you can explain quickly. It is
Yeah, it's a flow chart, yeah, regarding the condition type, whether it's deactivated. Like a system will check if the condition type is in the sales organization and maintains the condition table. If it is maintained, then it will activate that condition. Otherwise, it will deactivate that condition type. So that is the flow chart regarding the routine
okay.
that is being
Okay.
built. Yeah,
So now let us show the
yeah, in the
pricing
system.
procedure determination first
Okay.
for the for the two sales org that we are going to use. We want our audience to see that we are going to use one.
First, I can show the pricing procedure itself. Then we can show the determination.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. And
Okay.
also the pricing procedure, we have kept it simple for the audience just to show
Yeah.
three, four condition types, so it's easier to understand. So like right now you see there are only four condition types. The pricing procedure is PSC underscore AN. Okay. And there are four condition types. And we have thought to discuss UDHP and ZSOR, for example, in this video, where we
Yeah.
will show one sales of ZSOR and another one with UDHP
Yeah,
is linked to
this is for one sales organization and this is for another. So we can show
Yeah.
that in an example. This is the requirement. If you want to explain requirement also, we can show you. 901.
Yeah. 901 is the one that we built. So yeah, so we've just built a routine, 901, behind which there is a code written which tells that what to do, like what checks to uh, consider when you're creating a sales order. Now, behind 901, there is a control table also, which we will show you now, which will tell you which condition type we have made mandatory against which sales order.
Yeah. So we can go to SM30.
Yeah,
So this is the table
this is
view.
the table. Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you click
In
on
display.
display, so you see UDHP is the condition type, which you've seen in the pricing procedure,
Yeah.
and UDHP is also the sales org. So if you create a sales org with UDHP, then UDHP will become mandatory in the sales order. You will not
Mm.
be able to proceed with the sales order. And if you create 1202,
Then
then
this condition
ZSOR
type
will
will be
become mandatory
mandatory.
and
Yeah.
will not ask for UDHP as a mandatory condition, even though
Yeah.
it's in the same pricing procedure. So for
Yeah.
the audience, you can also show the pricing procedure determination to validate that we have used one pricing
Okay.
procedure.
So you can go to OVKK and search for your sales organization. First one is UDHP, where we have set this pricing procedure with the combination of 01 distribution channel division 01. And
Yeah,
these are a document pricing procedure and customer pricing procedure. With that, we have set up our pricing procedure at PSCAN.
yeah.
And for the second one, that is 1202, we have also set up a pricing procedure with 1202 as a sales organization. Okay.
Mm.
So these are two different sales organization. Now we can show you by creating a sales order. So first we'll take UDHP. So this is my customer. Let's say test. Material I'm using here is this one. So as you can see now, error is coming as pricing error, mandatory condition UDHP is missing.
So
Okay.
now you can create the condition record and show.
Yeah.
quickly
Okay.
for UDHP, so it will allow you to save the sales order.
So we can choose custom material key combination. Material is, I guess we have taken task 5, 150 around. Continuous record we have set. Now if we update, so you can see now it is not showing any errors,
Yeah,
and
yeah. And UDHP will now we'll create another sales order,
yeah,
which is using the same pricing procedure, but it
but
will trigger
different.
a mandatory
Yeah,
error for another condition type. Okay.
yeah. The condition, the one which I have showed you, right? ZOS, something like that. We can check once again.
Yeah,
Now this condition type will be mandatory for this sales organization. Now we can try
yeah,
that.
yeah,
There too. Here my customer is different and my material also. If we go inside conditions, so here you can see pricing error, mandatory condition ZSOR is missing.
yeah. So now I think you must have got an idea what we were trying to do. I'll give a summary again. So there were one pricing procedure. That same pricing procedure is used for more than one company code and sales org. But the requirement was for one sales org, the other condition type should be mandatory. For the different one, another condition type is mandatory. Okay, and when you create the sales order, you've seen how we've done it. So we've created a code, a routine. The routine is created and put against in one of the fields is in the pricing procedure that you've seen the requirement or calculation type. And that routine is built using VOFM. So that routine is plugged into that condition type. And the same routine is used when you create and save. So at the back of the routine, there's a program. And at the back of program, there's a control table which checks. So when you save or create a sales order, system goes to the routine and check what's happening, and then it triggers the message. So this is one of the development that you should know as a learner in SAP, that how actually to do some sort of development, carry out any development, anything. So if you want to understand more and want to get a copy of a functional spec, you can write to us in the comment, and then we can take it from there. And also let us know how did you like the video and what kind of more videos you would like to see. Okay. Any final thing that you want to add, Sharik?
No, it's fine. I guess.
So thank you everyone for watching this. I hope it helped.